Welcome folks to Final Fantasy WoTV. Today I've prepared a video for you and we're gonna talk about being a free-to-play. You know, this is gonna be like a guide for new players, but the guide for new players really offer no value because other than me saying spam the campaign. But I think a different approach has to be taken because honestly, you can watch Oron J guide for new players. That's great. Okay, if you're a new player, that guide is a teacher, so he knows how to teach you things. I am not a teacher, I have little patience, so go watch that video if you want to learn how to play the game. No. This guide is gonna be a guide on how you should approach free to play, what you should consider when playing, and sticking around. So this is the 7th day. I've prepared this new account. Okay, it's not like the other one. And maybe we should... Okay, maybe I should increase the sound a little bit. There. So this is the 7th day. We got some rewards here. Mashri, shut up, Mont. We get some visual for the event. There you go. You take your daily things. So I'm specifically doing things on this account to showcase how to, let's say, get in the right mindset. The first episode of this series is going to be about the mindset, okay, which is the basic of this game, or any free-to-play game if you want to stay free-to-play. So as a free-to-play, you have no access to visual. What I mean by that is that the amount I have right now, I have not taken the presents, is what you need when the minimum you need to enter a unit summon. That is because the pity is set at 40k. You get 2000 medals, you can exchange them for the unit. That's the pity. So if you plan on getting the unit, you need at least 40k. Now sure, you might get lucky, but as a free-to-play, you cannot afford to be lucky, because luck doesn't care about your feelings, whether you want a unit or not. So as a free-to-play player, you need to consume your visual in the most efficient way. Now back in the day, you could pull on a banner. We didn't have step-ups, I think. There was not much difference between a normal banner and a unit banner, but there were not many units, there were not many vision cards, so it was easier for you to find certain vision cards, find certain units, and we didn't have pity. So that's the thing. So what should you do as a free-to-play player to get into the right mindset? First of all, understand you will not get the units you want. As I've started out, I've got my luck going by having Dark Fina, Black Robelena, and Little Lila the Bold. Yes, I know, I've been very lucky. I didn't even reroll. It was like the first time I got Lucia and these 3 ladies. Okay, that's cool. But, you know, it's take what you get. Obviously, if you want a different unit, but as a new player, you probably don't know these units, so you should probably take what you have. All the units that you get are good, except for the starting ones. For the starting ones, it's worth re-rolling for Lucia, I think. Now, as a free-to-player, you don't have access to the visual, like I said, but you also don't have access to many resources. Because if you want resources, you go into the shop, and you will see that there are many paid offers. Look, you can get all of these things, just pay us $9. I can buy an indie game with that amount of money, I can buy a AAA game with this amount of money, kinda. The beginner shop is also interesting. First of all, I nab everything that is for free, and as a free-to-player, you need to focus on things that are free. Now this can be farmed, but it's a good offer. I think you could have some resources spent on this. You can't imagine how good this is. If you don't want to spend the resources on this, you can farm this, but you need to put yourself in a condition to be able to farm them, which I will explain later. So these are good, no problem with that. The weapons are a trap. Everything you see for visual is a trap, okay? I can farm this, alright? It's gonna take some time, sure. It's not gonna be... See, the problem with new player experience is that it's tailored for an alt account. Because if you think about it, as a new player, you don't need these things. You need to understand the game. So the mentality is to come into the game and do not spend Visor. The only time you need to spend Visor is when you go into the summon and you see a 5-step up for a vision card. However, you need to be very, very, very selective on the vision card you're getting. If we look at this vision card, it's a new trend that I hate and despise with my very essence. It is basically based on jobs. So it's up to the developers to say, hey, this vision card works on these guys. Okay, anybody else doesn't get it. So is this a good vision card? You might not have some of these jobs. Well, Thief is quite hard not to get, but you might not even want to make a team based around these guys, honestly. So is this vision card good? It's a little bit of a tanking vision card. Now, this thing is useless in my opinion because everybody today has 80% in the meta, 80% reduction of your penetration, sorry. This is also good if you don't have this vision card. If I find it somewhere. Well, it's Black Robe Elena vision card. For those of you who play this game, you already know what vision card is that. I don't have it. I'm pretty sure I pulled it. I am pretty sure I pulled that vision card. Well, no matter. I am not seeing it. Well, no matter. It's a good vision card. And if you don't have that, maybe you can pull this one. But understand that it takes you 10k to get the vision card guaranteed. Oh, I have one free summon. Great. What shit do I get? Probably useless. Worthless. Oh. We get Nivlu and we get some shards for Ramu. Okay. Well, it's better than nothing. Will you get any tickets? No. Right, so we get this. And you need to consider only this one. And as a free-to-play, you need to understand that this is more of a marathon than a sprint. And it's even more of a marathon compared to a spender or any aquatic life form you can think of. Because, yeah, you basically need to understand that in time you will unlock things. For instance, you could unlock the selection quests. Actually, I recommend you invest your resources in your selection teams. Now, if I go into, let's say, Ice, I completed the first selection quest because it was required from a bingo board. And I've set my Ice selection team, which obviously I need to remove Valide and replace it with someone else. But you should start investing on these units so you can start clearing the selection quest. Why is that important? Because the selection quests, they give you resources every month. Now, to be fair, if you're not interested in the unit, you can clear all the objectives just for the 10th quest, which is the one that gives you the most rewards. And then every month you come in here and you collect 200 and 100 of the materials listed here. Okay, 200 of the Awakening Prism, 100 of the Water Fragment Prism, and 2 imbued Azure imbued Fragment of Thoughts. Okay, everything else here is redundant. You don't need that. So the first priority is to set up a team to complete the water selection quest. There are plenty of guides, you can look on YouTube, but see, if you complete all of these things, every month you have a steady resources of these items that you will need in droves. Now, I don't think as a new player you should focus on PvP, because PvP is actually broken, and it requires you to be on top of the food chain. It requires you to have the best unit possible. Look at this team. How can you this is like meta team for wind right now, and you cannot possibly stand a chance against these guys. And even if you build a team that is able to somehow kill these guys or beat the handicapped one in the list, next month is not guaranteed that you will be there, because maybe the meta changes. The meta is ever changing, so chasing the meta as a new player, as a free-to-play, is not a good idea. You will not have the resources to keep up. Simple as that. Just play the game casually. And this leads me to the next point, which is the game feels like a job. I've said that in my previous video. I will say it here again. I was playing through the campaign. When I pushed through it with the other account, for the other guy that I scrapped, I thought, man, this is a job. A new player coming here free to play, or even a pay to win. This is like a job. I have not participated in any one of these quests. Like, this is all automatic, and I did not have fun. So, taking to chapter 5 very slowly, 7 days, this is very slow, and a little bit of a time. Don't stress it, don't go too hard on the game, as you might get burned out sooner than a whale. Now, there are some missions I did not take or claim, specifically the training missions, this one, because this one gives me rank experience, and if I take them, I'm gonna gain ranks. This gives me energy, basically, and this will cap at 1,000, so I don't want to do that. I want to keep that for when I need to farm, because it gives me more energy to spend on things. So the mindset is pretty basic. Don't spend vision, as always. Only invest in vision cards that you need, especially those with espers. Build on selection quest units, and don't go into summons with low vision counts if you want a particular unit, but I would say don't go for units. Obviously in the guild, I know this is a little bit counterintuitive, but in my barracks I have set a set from Lucia, which I want to get to 120 because she can help me clear some quests faster. I am leveling up, I am getting shards for mega rare units. Now you get 3 shards per day because it takes 8 hours to get a shard for a mega rare unit. But I need these units to be performing in the selection quest. Once I'm done getting these units to level 99, I can switch those units out and get more units for the selection quest. This will allow me to be ready to take on the selection quest. So, the path of the free-to-play is to be playing the selection quest. As soon as you can, as soon as you are able, you go in here, selection quest like I said, and prepare your teams. Now I do have, I don't know, lightning. Can we do lightning? Let's do lightning. You go in here, you go here, auto formation. Don't you forget to rename your party to Lightning Cell. So you remember that this is a lightning selection quest. Oh my god. Okay, rename Thunder selection. Alright, Thunder and Lightning are the same thing, basic. Alright, so let's rename to LGTN selection. Alright, there you go. You complete this quest and you do the same for every element. And once these units are strong enough, yes, you must invest into the awakening materials. I know. But it's a good investment. You will not be focusing on PvP. You will be focusing on PvE until you get this income of resources. See, it's all an investment. Alright? As a free-to-play, this is all an investment. As a pay-to-win player, as a whale, you can simply buy the Awakening Prism, you can buy the Blossoms, you can buy things, okay? You just drop bucks at these things and they give you stuff. But as a free-to-play, you don't have access to many resources. You can farm some during the events, but they all compound, so you farm those during the events in the event shop. You farm the monthly quota of these resources every month, and eventually, over the course of months, you will be able to recoup the investment you put into these units. It's gonna take some time. But remember this. The resource invest in these characters, even though there are many resources, you will probably get investment back in 6 to 7 months, maybe a year, but you need to be playing that much. Like, as a free-to-play player, you have no access to boosters. All right, so auto formation. Please remove. Yes, exactly. I don't know what there is no Salir, because probably I don't have Salir. We'll remove someone, don't worry, maybe Alim. But as a free-to-play player, you need to invest in these units. You have already Liart at level 99 in this quest. You have Ramad at level 99, so you can stop investing in this unit. And all you have to do is invest in 4 units. It's gonna cost you something, which is let's see this guy. If I awaken Surges, it's gonna cost me some resources. Some of these resources, which are very rare. But I plan on doing so because I think it's a good investment over time, and that's the only thing you need to worry about. Don't worry about farming stuff early in the game or just, you know, burning yourself out doing dumb things. Just focus around getting the selection quest done. With this mindset, you can get into the next stage, which is once you have a good and solid foundation, you can start investing in some units. You might look into some PvP units, maybe. I don't know why you would want to go for PvP as a free-to-play, but there you have it. And let's see if I have someone else to limit breaks. Severo, okay. And yes, this is the mindset of a free-to-play. Why I level up? I think this is the best way for a free-to-play to enjoy the game and not be stuck in resource hell. Yeah, just be mindful. Anything else on the mindset? We talk about the mindset. I talk a little bit about what to do as a free-to-play in the early stages. I also recommend, as I've been spending money, to go here and grab the normal summon. Alright, this summon is great, and I recommend you spam this. So you go in here and you keep clicking on summon again, and you will get a lot of shards. Now, they're very spread because there are so many units. But see, I've got already Mashuri as a shard, Black Robelena, got Sweetheart Salir. You're getting a lot of good resources here, so as a new player, spend some time, some money, actually a lot of money on these normal summons. You will get a good early boost for basically free, because you can farm gil basically. But that's what you should be doing, the mindset of a free-to-play. I wouldn't bother with PvP at all, unless much later. Like 3 years didn't give me the meta units I needed, but then again I didn't go for the meta units. But it's gonna take a long time for you to get to a competitive level and maintain that competitive level. You don't need to overinvest in resources and get good for what, 100 visual a week? At best, 200 visual a week, more than you usually get. It's not worth the investment, I think. And you will be forced to buy resources. I don't know. I will just be hoarding resources and only use them when I need them for real. And that's the mindset. You keep doing this. You take everything you can with gills. You can always farm them. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of good shards that I need. I need everything as a new player, especially free to play, as I don't have the shards. And look, I'm already getting a lot of, look, 3 mega rare shards. This is a great investment. Next, what do we need to talk about? The shop. Yeah, I talked already about the shop. Everything is a trap there. Don't be buying things for visual, even if you need them. Unless absolutely necessary, unless you know what you're doing, but keep your visual close to yourself, okay? Keep your visual close. You never know when you might need it the most. Maybe there is a couple of things. Maybe you want a unit and a vision card. You need at least 50k, and then you have to build a unit, which will cost you even more visual. So you need 50k just to get the unit as a PT. Now, if you get it first, good. If not, that's 40k. Obviously, you need to join the guild. The barracks, we've already talked about that. Let me fill the barrack. And obviously, you need to invest in the maximum consumption of these things. It's such a life changer. And yep, that's about it. We're gonna be updating these. I'm going to be updating this account every 7 days, probably. Just remember me if I don't. And I'll see you. I'll work you through things, and we'll see what else we can do to boost the account. And remember, the game feels like a job because the developer made it feel like a job. You're not doing something wrong. It's the developer doing things wrong. Okay? It feels like a job. It is a job. You don't get any satisfaction. It's the Sheepa said long ago where you could have fun with the game. So get used to AFK farm a lot. You're not really playing the game right now. Anyway, that's the guide. Or the guide, like the general idea of a free-to-play and how we should operate to have not a healthy account, but just to have the basics to play the game for a long time. All right, don't go in here and farm like an an obsessive, compulsive dude. Just, you know, do what I said. Now I'm repeating myself, so I'm gonna end the episode here. In 7 days, we're gonna see what's going on with the account. Maybe, I don't know. If you're interested, we can. But I think I've said everything there was to say, and yeah, the video is a little bit weird. Oh well, who cares? You probably didn't made it this far. Anyway, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.